Hi, my name is Robert Chan and I've been working with heart-based practitioners just over 8 years to have their gifts make a bigger difference by transforming the lives of more people and get their message out in a bigger way. I know what works and what doesn't when it comes to heart-based strategies to attract clients and fill a practice. I would like to share with you in this 7-minute video the strategies to some of the common questions heart-based practitioners have asked me. So you're in a conversation with a potential client. They're interested in what you have to offer, and they say they really love to work with you, but I don't have the money. So what do you do in this situation? Because the fear is that if you actually take that position any further, that you come across as a pushy or manipulative or salesy. So what do you say? Because we're stepping into a delicate area, you would want to ask permission to go there. So the first question that you ask is, may I ask you a question about that? If they've given you the permission to gain their trust, in fact, they're actually aching for you to help them. So you ask, may I ask you a question about that? What we're doing here is putting the money part aside for a moment and having a conversation with them as if the money wasn't there. By asking, if it wasn't for the money, is this something you would want to move forward with? And when you ask that question, it gives them an opportunity to put the money aside and really have a conversation with about what they truly want. So you can truly support them in a bigger way so that they can get the transformation that you provide. This is when you can deeply discover what's going on for them. What is it that they're not sure about? You probably will find something going on underneath it all. Like maybe they're thinking, I can't do the work. Or maybe they just don't feel worthy. And this is really the massive opportunity for healing, because if you're willing to stand for someone as the heart-based practitioner from the get-go and really be in service to them, to really stand up for them and really hold with a lot of love, respect and knowing. Have you wanted to raise your rates but the inner voices of fear blocked you from doing it? These inner voices say things like, who are you to think you can charge more than other practitioners? Is it even spiritual to accept money at all? If you were really spiritual, you would do this work for free. No one will sign up because you won't be able to afford it. People will think you're greedy or just in it for the money. I too have had these same feelings of insecurity and discomfort. The first time I raised my fees, and the second, and the third. It doesn't matter how many times you raise your fees. It's normal to feel uncomfortable, particularly when you first tell your potential clients about it. But there comes a time that what you're charging doesn't feel balanced with the value you're providing, and you've got to do it to stay in integrity with yourself and in alignment with your values. So here's a tip to help you raise your rates. Avoid looking to other practitioners to work out what you should charge. Look for how you can increase the value you offer to your clients. Rather than just be like everyone else in your industry, ask yourself, how can I increase the value of what I'm offering? What do I offer that's unique? Has this ever happened to you? You're at an event and you're having a conversation with a person and it becomes obvious to you that this person might be a good match for the work you do. And you want to gracefully transition from a social conversation into a selling from the heart conversation without being intrusive or pushy. So how do you make this transition without it feeling weird? Let's say that they've told you a bit about themselves, what they're doing for a living and so forth. You're both feeling pretty connected with each other. You'll then share your story in a way that both positions you and lets them know that you understand their pain, because you've lived through the worst of it and transformed your pain into an amazing life. Now this is where the magic transition phrase comes in. If they are still leaning into the conversation, you can ask, do you have anyone in your life who struggles with the problem you solve and might want the solution you provide? This gives them the option to say, yes, I have this problem, or I don't have this problem, but I know someone who does. This is so critical because if they have the problem you solve, they can feel very vulnerable to admit it. The question gives them plenty of space to decide to trust you or to wait until later to give you their trust. Either way, you can congratulate yourself because you have successfully transitioned from a social conversation to a selling from the heart conversation without being pushy or salesy. All of us have had that high pressure sales experience. Car sales, insurance sales, store sales, etc. You're thinking, do they just see me as one big dollar sign? They launch straight into why this product is perfect for you, blah, 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 blah. Don't worry, I know you're not a high pressure salesperson or anything like that, but you definitely felt the impact of the close the sale energy at some point. And it's because of these types of experiences that most heart-based practitioners avoid selling. However, if you want to be successful in your practice, you've got to learn how to sell. But most sales training will tell you that you have to close the sale. When you're closing, you're bringing an end to something. When you're identifying your potential client as a sale, it has no humanity for them. In selling from the heart, you never close a sale. Instead, you serve your potential client in a way that helps them decide if what you have to offer is a good match with what they are looking for. In essence, you're helping them open instead of closing them. Do you feel the difference in closing a sale versus opening your potential client? This is what makes it so powerful and as you become a magnet for potential clients. The next time you're having a conversation with a potential client, remember you're there to open them up and notice how different that feels.